Hello everyone, today we are going to solve problem 116 of chapter 17. The disk of mass m and radius r rolls without slipping on the circular path. Determine the normal force which the path exerts on the disk and the disk angular acceleration at the instant shown. If at the instant shown the disk has an angular velocity of omega. So the disk already has an initial angular velocity. That means that we have the normal component of acceleration. We have m and r. So that means that we have the inertia about its center, mr squared. The problem is asking for n and also alpha. So the first step, like any other kinetics of rigid body problems or kinetics problem in general, is to draw a free body diagram. So if I draw a free body diagram here, I have the force N. The force N is perpendicular to the path. So if I define, that would be the tangential component and then normal axis, and would be towards the normal axis. This disk is rotating counterclockwise, so the friction is opposing the motion here. That would be the direction of friction. And then also we have the weight of our disk. It would be mg. And in addition to the free body diagram, we have to draw the kinetics diagram. We have the Ig alpha. And also the center is going to have an acceleration as well. One tangential component, mag tangential, and also the normal component. Normally, the center of the disk does not have any normal components. But here it's a little bit different because the disk is moving about a curved path. So the center is moving about a curvature with a radius of r minus small r. So if the disk was rolling on a flat surface, we didn't have any normal component because the disk center path is straight. But here we have the normal component as well. So to find alpha, we have to write a moment equation. So summation of moment. So I have the choice of which point I can select. So the force of friction and the normal force are the unknown for me. So if I write the moment equation about this point, that I want to call it point C, point of contact. At the point of contact, if it is rolling, there is no acceleration, so it's a fixed point. So I can write summation of moment about C, because it's a fixed point, I can write IC alpha. The only force that is going to create a moment would be the force of weight. So if that would be the weight, this angle also would be theta. So if I go back to my free body diagram, I know this angle is theta. So mg cosine theta would be in the direction of n, the normal direction. So it's not going to create any moment, but the tangential component of the weight, mg sine theta, is going to create a moment, and that moment would be counterclockwise. So positive counterclockwise. So moment mg sine theta would be the magnitude of the force, the tangential component, times the moment r, which here is r. Here we have 2r, the radius of the disk and the radius of the curvature, so we need to be careful with small and capital R. Then IC, it's not about, C is not the center of gravity, so we have to use parallel axis theorem. That's the Ig plus we are moving distance r alpha. So from here I have mass on both sides. I have r here, so I can find alpha. That would be 2g sine theta 3r. So for a disk moving along that curvature, alpha is changing as function of theta and depends on the radius, and it doesn't depend on the mass of the disk. So the other unknown that the question is asking for is n. If we look at our free body diagram, n is in the direction of normal axis. So we have to write our equation of motion about axis n. So summation of forces about n would be ma g, the center of gravity, acceleration n. The forces that I have is n, this time mg cosine theta, magn. So mg cosine theta would be clear. I need to find the acceleration of the center, the normal component of the acceleration. So the normal component of the acceleration would be the velocity of this point squared over r. So you remember an would be velocity squared over the radius of the curvature. But what is the radius of curvature here? If this distance is r and this distance is small r, the radius of a curvature, the distance from the center of the curvature and the center of the disk, is r minus r. So we need to pay attention. R minus r would be the radius of curvature, would be our rho. And velocity, we have omega, so we can find the velocity of the center. So agn would be the velocity of point G squared over rho. Velocity is r omega. So r omega squared, r minus r. So r squared, omega squared, r minus r. So now that we have the acceleration, I can plug it into this equation. So that would be n, would be m. I can factor m, would be g cosine theta, plus r squared, omega squared, r minus r. So I found the other unknown. One thing that you need to pay attention here is, first of all, we have a normal component of acceleration here for the center of the disk, for the center of gravity, because it is moving along the curvature. Then finding the normal component of acceleration, we can use equation v squared over rho, or we have another equation. If you remember, an is either v squared over rho or r omega squared. So we use this equation. Let's use this equation here as well for just practice purposes. What is r? Here r, this is the general equation. R here for us, the center of curvature is r minus r. What is omega? Omega is not the omega of disk. Omega is the angular velocity that the disk is going about the curvature. The omega that the problem has given us, that's the omega of a disk about here. So if we want to use the second equation, we need to find the omega about the center of the curvature, about point O. We can find that omega of the curvature if we are saying that v, the velocity of center of gravity, we can find it using the omega of a disk, or we can find it using the omega of the curvature, r minus r omega of a curvature. Therefore, omega of the curvature would be r minus r, the omega that the problem has given us. And now if I want to use this equation, r omega squared, I can use that an, r here for us, that's the omega of the curvature. R is r minus r, and omega of the curvature is r minus r, omega squared. So this one Will this one cancel out? Still we have r minus r in the denominator because this one is a square. So we'll get the same answer as we got here. So you need to remember that if you're using r omega squared equation, you need to know that that equation is about the omega, about the center of the curvature. We have two omega, one omega of the disk about the point of contact and another omega about the center of the curvature. But if we use the angular acceleration equation v squared over rho, we don't have any problem.